They know engineer, doctor is a very structured path, so that they can blame you for your not success. If you become an engineer, you don't make it big, your fault. So it was the first time I tried to do something of my own against everybody's wishes. Or he's working for a big company. But if I ask the same person, okay, start your own company from scratch and build it, he'll be like, no, I can't do it. I remember 6 times because only first 4 times I bombed. I was horrible. Then I gave up, but I still went to perform. So it's not like we had a drink in a bar and like, oh, I have an idea, let's do this. It's like everywhere. We tried cutting corners on saving on as much as you can't imagine. As you see the things happening and falling into place, you start seeing, okay, there's a professionalism maintained. There is an, creativity, energy maintained. There is, community. Okay. Good.
How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Actually, it'd be nice with a stone. Like slow. Yeah.
Your deep voice has to come.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Chalo.
So we'll start with a small introduction. Your name, what do you do, and who you are.
So my name is Viswajit, and I grew up in Bombay, and I'm in the Merchant Navy now. I mean, I was in the Merchant Navy for 20 years. So I worked with a company called Maersk. I still work with them. And actually, I've been a founder of 2-3 other projects actually. It first started back in 2011 in Pune for a co-working space called The Mesh. And my cousin started it, and then she asked me to co-invest with her. And I really liked the idea because it was more about bringing a community of entrepreneurs together in one space of the same age bracket. So I really like the environment.
Nice.
So I used to enjoy hanging out in the space, talking, helping out, having interactions. And I realized it is more of investment also for your mental health.
Yeah,
to
there's
have
a lot of energy around.
Yes, a lot of good energy, and used to enjoy going to the space. I used to wait to hang out there. So I realized that building that community was amazing, and that community grew very well. But then the company tried to go more towards a premium market, and then it could not really crack that market, and then too many other competitive spaces came up, and then we had a hard time. So then she sold it off to a bigger company, and then they ended there. But it was
the first thing that you've been as a founder of?
Yes. So it was the first time I tried to do something of my own against everybody's wishes. But I felt like it was the best 3 years of learning.
Okay.
Because in one co-working space, you get to meet so many startups. So you get a chance to see their everyday operations, everyday challenges.
Ideas, different culture.
Yeah. And I would say in an office space like that, if there are 20 startups, maybe only 2 make it. Yeah, the remaining 18, they are either struggling or they go back to jobs. Yeah. So it was quite a learning journey from that aspect. So I like that.
I mean, everybody is chasing something. Right?
Yes.
I want to ask you that question. What are you chasing?
So what am I chasing?
What are you chasing?
So in that business concept, because it was with a family member, it becomes really difficult to challenge each other. You're always a younger one. So then it opened up my passion to I want to try something else. But I was very heavily involved in the non-profit sector. So in Bombay, at a very early age, 2021, I started working with a lot of NGOs, and I loved rebuilding NGOs.
Okay.
So I worked with one for close to 7-8 years, where I learned about how they built an NGO and what they did and how they function, how they train, how they teach. So after 7-8 years, I started getting called by other companies, NGOs, to come and help them set base, build it up, get funding, do that. So getting that experience is good. So I really enjoyed that part, and I got called to an NGO in Pune, who I met a friend, and we became very good friends, and we built that NGO for 4 years. Then post that, I was somebody asked me to assist them with a project from the Royal Institute of Fine Arts in Belgium, in Antwerp. So they were doing a major photography related project in India, and this lady reached out because she wanted to find a person to collab with and to set up a project, because the output of a project was a PhD. Okay. So she was trying to do this concept where using images, you can change people's outlook of things. So normally when we say the word, let's say transgender, In India, you'd start thinking of a person in a sari, clapping hands.
Yeah.
That's the image and personality on media, right?
Correct,
And pictures. So using that photography, she wanted to change how people looked at transgenders. Like, like when do you see a trans person with their family, eating food, cooking, laughing, spending time together, and capturing those images and then putting it in front of people. So people will be like, oh, actually, yeah, these are humans, We're only capturing them as a trans, but not as a human. So that project was very powerful, and that took us 3-4 years, which became great. The project did really well. We did some, we did an exhibition in Bombay, we did an exhibition in Pune, and then in Kochi also. We did not an exhibition, we did more of an event. And it was fantastic. Then during this time period, I was always interested in performing arts, even as a child. And I always did drama, play, all these things. And I was doing a project for my company in Shanghai. And there in the city, I saw one stand-up club, and they were doing open mics. So I thought, oh, this is a great place to try stand-up. Nobody knows me. So even if I do bad, nobody will remember me. So I started trying doing it there, and it was really fun. And I loved it, and I started getting into it. Then when I came back to India, then I did one open mic in Singapore when I was there for a project. And then I did it in Bombay in Canvas Laugh Cup 6 times. I remember 6 times because only first 4 times I bombed. I was horrible. Then I gave up, but I still went to perform. Then the 5th time I won the open mic. The 6th time I won the open mic. And then I did not continue because of my sailing career. I kept going back on ship. Then I kind of diluted. I lost interest, or I didn't get a chance. And that time the stand-up scene blew up in Bombay. A lot of people started coming to perform. You were always back in line. I did not understand the community concept. I did not understand the friendships because nobody was really helping each other out. So I was not able to get support or understanding how to do stand-up. I was just trying my luck.
And you were in the sea most of the time?
Yes. So I lost touch. Then during COVID, I came to Kochi, then settled in Kochi. Then through an Instagram post, I met Comedy Lounge, and we got to know each other. And I really love the community setup they have.
That's the first time you are
part of a community of comics who are trying to do things. And I remember they last minute called me to a open mic in Fort Kochi, and it was raining, pouring, and we had guests over. So I told Neha, like, let's go. I want to try this out. And in the rain, we drove on the bike, reached, performed. And it was after so long I was performing. I was very happy, though I was not very happy with my performance. But I was very happy with the...
Just doing it.
Yes, just doing it. Then kept building the interaction with the community, doing open mics together. And we used to do writing sessions, open mics, and doing so much. And seeing all the effort that Jubin and Vishnu were putting in, it was pretty amazing because they have really given up everything to build this community. And they wanted to grow it. And we kept doing. And then we became better friends. We started discussing a lot about how to take this forward. And then we came to a point where we realized that, if we really believe in it, then it's good that we only do it ourselves. Why are we waiting for others to, give us a chance when we build a chance ourselves? So we pulled our resources and everything together, and we decided, let's just take the risk and do it. And that's how we started. Then came together, 4 of us. We said, let's do this. And then we just, because once you say yes, that's it. There is no turning back.
Now you need to keep going.
Keep it going. And then we did it. We went through quite a lot. Building this space also was quite a journey itself. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of interaction and people and community.
What is the biggest challenge? What was the biggest challenge in
finding the space? Finding,
in
because
Kochi.
You have to, in Kochi, you have to find a place which is good location, easy to park. You need, people should, it should be in a good area. People are interested to come and accessible, close to metro.
Rent.
There's so many factors, and we went to so many places, And then coming to design the place, you should see our Pinterest boards. We have 1 million Pinterest boards of color scheme, everything here has been thought through. It's not like we just went to a shop, bought whatever and put. So every angle. So there's a lot of energy that went to, but that is the beauty of, that's the journey.
And that's the job of a founder, right?
Yes.
I mean, he needs to think of everything.
Everywhere. We tried cutting corners on saving on as much as you can't imagine.
You play all the roles.
Like where we have to call fitter, we'll do and do it ourselves. We'll cut the things, we'll do. So it became quite cool. I quite enjoyed that part. And then seeing it grow, seeing it build up, I'm very fond of that. because
to see something grow.
Yeah, because doing it from scratch is the beauty, and doing it yourself, like you are responsible, you are accountable, you're responsible. There's no like in an office setup, you'll just be like, oh, this co-worker screwed up or that person screwed up. Yeah, you are. Others can screw up, but at the end of the day, you're the one paying the bills, right?
Yeah.
So as a team, we're like, let's take it. So I like that part.
You have to keep a mindset to keep it going, right? Because you don't know what exactly are you trying to build.
Yes.
There is no reference, or there is.
So Juban and Vishnu through Comedy Lounge, they've already studied this market for like 6-7 years.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like we had a drink in a bar and like, oh, I have an idea, let's do this. It's like really thought of a very mature.
So what were the
decision.
questions? Some of the questions that you asked these guys about how to start something like this before.
So it's not like a question that you ask now. It's the questions you have that you get the answers as you keep working with them.
Oh yeah.
You know, like every detail, like it comes down to the precision of things. You know, like even when you put a poster out, when you put details out, it's all comes through learning, training, seeing things, you know, how the market functions, how business functions. There's so many elements that go into it. So it's not just like, let's just build this together. So as you see the things happening and falling into place, you start seeing, okay, there's a professionalism maintained, there is an, creativity, energy maintained, there is, community maintained. So watching all of that together, you get your answers quick. So it's not like, see, if I sit with you and I'd ask you how much your company makes, you go, oh, my company is great, making a lot of money. But that's only talk, right? But when you open the books, when you discuss the person, when you go through a person, when you ask a person, okay, if I tell you, are you a good movie maker? You'll be like, I'm a great movie maker. But show me your movies. And show me how you make those movies.
Yeah.
And that is where you learn. So our journey was the other way around. Instead of sitting down and asking questions, we worked together first. I was there performing with them. I was training under them. And then the questions got answered. Then we thought, why not we just started up together. So it was good.
So what do you think all the artists in Kochi responded to this space?
They loved it. See, the problem is that people in Kochi, it's a tier 2 city. People are like, oh, you want to make it big in stand-up performance, arts, workshops, anything. You have to go to Chennai or Bangalore or Bombay or Delhi. So we are like, why? And if you go there, you're back in the line in front of all the thousands of people who are waiting in line to get a spot.
Yeah.
So we're like, instead of doing that, let's build the scene here. And Kochi is quite a vibrant scene. Just that people are not open to it yet. So they are opening up.
Yeah.
And they are building it up. So now people were very happy that, thank God, like now we have something in Kochi. We have a space that does this on a regular basis. So let's go and watch it. So the response has been good. Like it has been a very organic growth. So I remember the first shows and all we did, it was, 10 people, then 15 people, then 20 people. Then we literally had a WhatsApp community which started with like 5 people, 10 people. Now we have more than 750 people. Was an organic growth, and all organic, not paid, bought. It was just growth. Every time people came to a show, we like scan the code, join the group, post. So very nice, built up slowly. And for us, that is our asset.
Yeah,
the people stay back. The people continue. So
how did you face the challenges from the society, like when you started the journey of finding your own?
Oh, my family was against it.
How was it?
Like, yeah, they were like, oh, God knows. I said, because you're not used. Parents generally or family members generally are very uncertain of an unsure path.
Yeah.
They know engineer, doctor is a very structured path, so that they can blame you for your not success. If you become an engineer, you don't make it big, your fault. Path is there, you don't know. So this is completely, it's a blank.
Yeah.
They don't know.
We are creating the path on the go.
Yes, creating as we go.
Yeah.
So I think, but it doesn't matter. The question is that, are you happy about it?
Are you confident about it?
Not even confident. Is this what you want to do?
How do you know it?
Yeah, you just feel it. Correct. Yeah. See, if everything was a surety, then life would have been so easy, right?
Yeah, boring.
But boring, exactly. So the unsurety is where the fun is. You try something different. See, I could have an uncle who's the biggest doctor in Kerala or in Bombay, or he's working for a big company. But if I ask the same person, okay, start your own company from scratch and build it, he'll be like, no, I can't do that.
It's a different game.
Different game. They'll give you all the advice.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing in this industry of startups, okay, of businesses and entrepreneurs, the ones who have a running business will be more afraid to give you advice because they don't want to jinx their success.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I know, but the ones who have never had experience working in a big company, they are the ones who will come and give the best advice. They'll be like, I'll tell you how to do this. You do it. No, I'm okay here, but I'll tell you how to do it. So you realize that it's a thing that you learn as you go.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's we are in the long-term game here.
Yeah.
For us, Spotlight Socials is something that should stick on forever and keep it going. So that is why we build it nicely, learning as we go, and together we do things. So it's a lot of fun.